Hello there, welcome to another episode of World of Tanks with Gaily Titan, and we're here on Erlenberg. I'm in the Banshee Comet. Yes, Wargaming made me an offer that I found myself unable to refuse. I got a special offer on the Banshee Comet, and I decided to go for it, and I had, as well as that, I was short about 100 gold, so I bought some of the chests, not the, I can't remember, the middle tier chests. Small number of them, 5 of them or 7 of them, whatever that package is, and managed to get the 100 gold because I knew I'd get the 100 gold. It'll be easy enough. But I also managed to get a Grizzly and a T14, so I got my T14 back, so it's available for future trade in. The Grizzly, I don't know anything about it really. I haven't really played it yet. It's by all accounts just as bad as the Ripper was, but it does train American and British crews. So I'm going to have to try it. I might keep it because it trains multi-nation crew trainer. Then again, I might not. I don't know. I'm going to have to play it at some point. But the Comet is a tank that I've always had a high regard for. Now, I have the Tech 3 Comet, and I'm unlikely to get rid of it because I have 2 marks of excellence on the Tech 3 Comet. I have been trying to see if I can push the damage standing off the 85%, or keep it above 85% even. I haven't been able to do it consistently. I keep falling below 85%, but getting my way back, so I might just be 85% might just be my limit on the Comet. But I had great fun in the Comet the first time I came around playing it, and I really enjoyed it. Now, the turret was probably stronger at the time. I think it had, and actually the turret has been nerfed. Either that or the guns it's facing are stronger, but the turret seems to be a lot more easily penetratable now than it was when I played the tank all those years ago, or however number 3 years ago. And I really enjoyed the Comet that time, but the Comet doesn't have great penetration. The gun handling is pretty good, and the snapshot, and it's great for snapshotting, and the gun depression is really good. But you need to be on the flanks of enemy tanks. You can't take on heavily armoured tanks head on with the Comet because the armour penetration just isn't good enough, and you won't do the damage, especially against, like I said, heavily armoured tanks. It's for bottom tier or against even tier higher, tier 8 tanks. It's going to have trouble with some of the more heavily armoured tanks at that tier when it's facing them directly or head on. Only 3 of us went across the map there to the northern side, and we were facing against about 6 tanks. Now, the 6 tanks weren't being very aggressive, which is the main reason the 2 of us got away. If they'd followed us across immediately, without any hesitation, the whole mob together, I think, well, the faster ones would be up to the front line by now, and they would have actually a good chance of forcing this side of the map, even though the enemy have taken very heavy losses trying on the south side. That's kind of the way this map goes. I'm going to wait here for the enemy tanks to turn up, give my team a chance of spotting them or shooting them, and a chance of some warning. The artillery's last chance of some warning, because if the artillery doesn't move soon, these tanks will be on top of him. There's an OI experimental coming into view, and he's being supported by a Tiger. Tiger's pushing forward fairly aggressively, so is the OI, and I've been spotted, so I've got to pull back, and I'm going to pull back much further, but I'm careful I don't drive into the water. You drive into the water here, there's no getting out of it. There's no place along the shore you can get out of the water, and I have done it in the past. It's very easy to do, and I've done it more than once as well, so I'm pulling back, and I should still be able, depends on what they do, but I should still be able to get a few shots, some more damage in. However, somebody takes out the OI before I can do so, and the Tiger is kind of sitting there for the moment. Artillery just doesn't seem to be paying attention. So I'm going to come up here, see if I can get a shot at him over the top of the ridgeline, and sure enough we pull up now. He responds as soon as I turn up. But I'm now taking fire from across the river. So I got to pull back. I've taken a bit of damage and I can't stay there because I would continue to take the kind of damage. And the Tiger has actually come around this side of the ridge. He has cleaned out the artillery. And I'm going to come over the top, see if I can put another round or 2 into him. And as I'm pulling back, he tracks me and I'm stuck now on the ridgeline. The tiger has actually tracked me in a nasty position, and if he actually reversed down, he would get under my gun and I wouldn't be able to shoot him at all. But as it is, he's coming up the slope. I'm also very fortunate that he's been distracted by the Italian tank and he's taking no notice of me now, but he knows that I can't shoot him when I'm up in the air like that. But the thing is, that was a one-shot kill. If he had shot me, he would have taken me out of the game and I wouldn't be able to affect him any further. Now I've managed to repair my tracks, I'm over the top, and we put a round into him while he's still in the water. Now he wasn't getting out of that water. It's almost impossible to get out of that location. Even if he made it to the shore where the shore is lower, it's still very unlikely he'd get the tank out of the water. So, the area in front of us is completely empty again, and now it's back across the northern edge of the map again. It's one of those maps, if you're going to attack on this map, you should be attacking with overwhelming force. If you're not attacking with overwhelming force, you're really skirmishing, and you should run away as soon as you make contact with the enemy. Get a few points of damage in, and then just leg it. Any time you're up against our superior enemy numbers, you shouldn't be trying to push. You should be trying to fall back to the nearest friendly units, or at least within range of the guns of the nearest friendly units, so that you can get supporting fire from the guns, so that you're not going to just die in vain. You're going to get some spotting and assisted damage, and you might be able to track enemies that come YOLO out on top of you and things like that. Pushing is something you can really only do if you can make the fights one-on-one. If you can take on each tank in front of you one at a time, then you might have some excuse or some ability to push. But if you're taking on multiple tanks, you get shot at by multiple tanks. Even if you're managing to ricochet them and fend them off with your armour, you won't do it forever, and they just get so many more shots than you do, and they might be penetrating less often, even significantly less often. The fact that they're penetrating at all, the fact that they're getting the opportunities for the shooting will just benefit them in the long run. They'll get more shots, they'll get the ones that go through will be more devastating, and they have more opportunities, so there's a greater volume of fire, and you'll just whittle away, you'll lose your hit points eventually anyway, and they'll overwhelm you from just the sheer attritional nature of the combat that you're engaged in. Well, we've finally caught up with the remaining enemy tanks. There's a Tiger P and a medium tank down here at the end of the hill, down in the low ground, actually, just behind the enemy base. And only the Tiger P now remains, unless he's backing up. He's in clear view of me. Well, fairly clear view of me, and when he pulls in closer to the hill, obviously he drops down to the shadow of the hill, so I would have to come forward to be able to attack him, but I can do it from where I am at the moment, with no risk of being spotted, and I find this is the best way to approach the matter. I just need to get in a few more points of damage, and I would be a one-shot kill and make the perfect consolation prize for the Tiger P, who could at least claim a kill at that stage of the game. So we finish up with a victory. It was an easy enough victory. The enemy they didn't push in the north, they didn't push in sufficient numbers in the south, and we did nearly 1600 points of damage, got third class mastery, and didn't get much assisted damage. Became fourth by experience. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a like and a share. Feel free to comment. If you've not already done so, please subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell for notifications. I will catch you all again soon. Bye for now.